If you want to learn how to get this monster, make sure you watch my Everything You Need to Know About Getting Maze Coins in Monster Legends video. Hey everyone, I'm Armor Gaming, welcome back to my channel, and welcome to an exclusive first look at the brand new monster, Kronxian guard. So as usual, I want to give a huge thanks to SocialPoint for giving me this monster, giving me the gems to speed up, the cells to rank up, all the way to rank 5, get them all the way to level 130, they gave me the food, they gave me everything I need to make this video, so a huge thanks to SocialPoint. Alright, and with that said, I normally make two parts whenever I do an exclusive first look. I do one video where I have the monster level 100 and another part where I have them at 130. Because this monster doesn't have any rank 4 skills, I'm just going to go ahead and make this video a full video where we're going to take this monster all the way to level 130. I will however show stats at level 100 for those of you interested, and then he actually does have an evolving trait, which I guess we can talk about now. So when you get this monster unranked, he's immune to stun, which includes Mega Stun. Once you take him to rank 1, you get yourself an added benefit of Tough. All status effects have a 35% accuracy against this target. And then when you get this monster to rank 3, you give yourself Space Time. So Space Time, if you've seen this for Timerion, you basically ignore any damage. This still means that you can get hit with negative effects, unfortunately. So you can still be denied, you can still get hit with a freeze, a stun, not stun, you're immune to stun, but you can still get hit with the freeze, a possession, or something else, but you can't take any damage, okay? So with that being said, let's go into this monster. I'm going to level him up all the way to 100, we're going to talk about his stats, and then I'll rank him up progressively. Okay, take a look at those stats. Look at that whopping strength, 3,586. For a light legendary monster, this is super impressive. It is the third highest strength stat in the light category. Currently, Dragar takes the number 1 spot with 3630. After that is Grumpix with 3619. And now we have this monster displacing Patreon. So incredible power stat. And then take a look at that life stat. That is also very, very high. It is actually the second highest in the light category, second only to Clippium. So Clippium is the tankiest monster with a life stat of 45,541. And then is this monster tied with War Master Elvira. So he's incredibly tanky and he's also incredibly strong. As for his speed stat of 3432, it's fast. It's not like, obviously there's plenty of monsters faster, but this is a pretty good speed stat. But again, the main thing about this monster that really stands out is that strength and that life. And so it goes without saying that this monster, he kind of performs two roles. He is both an attacker, but he's a tanky attacker. And again, he has a pretty good speed stat. So unlike tanks, right, when we look at Clippium, Clippium is slow. He has a speed stat of 3,300, 3,388, whereas this monster is 3,432. So again, he's a tank, but he's strong, so he's like a brute. So Kronxian guard, now let's take a look at his skills, and then we'll use him at level 100, but then we'll rank him up so that we can get his evolving traits. So let's change skills. So Sapphire Blade deals heavy special damage to all enemies, applies stamina leak to all enemies, applies damage boost to itself. So this skill does two things. It'll stamina leak the enemies, that'll drain stamina by 15% for each turn for 3 turns, and the damage boost that helps them set up for a future attack. And again, this is an AoE special based attack, 29 stamina cost, 2 turn cooldown. We have Bellatrix, and this is his powerful skill. It removes positive status effects from one enemy and it deals insane light damage to an enemy. I believe insane light damage is 75 damage, which we hardly ever see on a monster. So it goes without saying, this is your must-have, must-run skill. It is incredibly powerful. And it's even good that it removes a positive effect before dealing the damage. That way if the enemy monster has a space time, for example, you can remove the space time and then deal your insane light damage. If they have evasion, skill mirror, you don't need to worry about them blocking, you don't need to worry about them essentially reflecting it back to you with skill mirror. If you're facing a Megaton monster, well, I mean, it's still going to be attracted because you remove the effect. So at least if the enemy monster survives, it'll lose the Megatons. So it goes without saying, must run skill. It is super powerful. Alright, we have Time Assault. This skill applies double damage and space time to itself. So essentially, again, you unranked and at rank 1, at rank 2, you're not going to have space time. So this is a way to give yourself space time, and it also helps you set up for your next attack. I'm not a big fan of it just because, again, you can still be denied when you have space time, and essentially it's just a double damage. So I'm not the biggest fan of Time Assault. It is, however, magic based for whatever reason. We have Time Guard. This one is interesting. It gives anticipation to this monster, so if you're facing any monster that has extra turn skills, they're gonna have to be careful because they can potentially give your guard an immediate extra turn, but you also give yourself taunt. So now any attack, any single target attack is gonna be directed towards you. So what I really like about this skill and what makes this skill unique is they even apply protect positive effects to itself, which means it is gonna be extremely difficult for the enemy to get rid of taunt and anticipation. unless it's a Wormlad. And again, he is a light monster, so he is going to face potentially Wormlad in wars. But Wormlad is currently the only monster that can remove positive effects twice. But if it's any other monster, they're first going to have to get rid of the positive effect protection, and then they can get rid of anticipation and taunts. So I think this skill, maybe if you're looking at this skill, this is definitely unique because I think it has a lot of potential, especially again going up against those extra turn monsters, because they are definitely going to have to be worried about facing anticipation, and they can't get rid of it easily. So I would say this is a skill definitely worth running, and this could also make you utilize and change up your rune set from a lot of time. Like if you know you're facing a specific monster that has extra turn skills, like you might want to have this monster rune them to go first in some way, shape, or form, like before that enemy monster that can do extra turn skills. That way you can set up your anticipation. So I'm gonna put it on. I'm gonna run Time Guard for now. Let's see what else we have. Light Speed. So this skill it's a very vanilla skill, very basic. It deals very heavy light damage. What I like about it though, it's 25 stamina and no cooldown. So if you get hit with cooldowns activated, you don't need to worry about that. Alright, moving on to the right hand side, we have Galactical Aura, which applies precision and damage boost to itself. 1 turn cooldown, 23 stamina. It's a setup skill. You get increased accuracy, you get a damage boost. I don't think that's going to be worth running. Let's see what else we have. Time Assault we talked about. Oh, take a look at this skill. We have Kronk's Soul. Deals moderate magic damage to all enemies. Keyword here being magic damage. And it applies Curse to all enemies, which is honestly one of the best DLTs in the game. It'll remove 10% of life and stamina for the first turn. That doubles to 20% of life and stamina for the next turn. And then that doubles again to 40% of life and stamina for the third and final turn. So what I like about this is that it's magic based. It's a powerful AoE, 2 turn cooldown, 25 stamina. We're going to run that for sure. And I believe there's one more skill. We went over Light Speed. Space Rebirth. Removes all negative status effects from itself. Applies life regen and stamina regen to itself. And you get yourself an immediate extra turn, so you yourself have an immediate extra turn, and it's essentially like, it's a reset for this monster. Any negative effect you may have had is now completely gone. You get life regen, you get stamina regen, and you get to benefit from those regens, because you get them immediately. And again, what I'd like to point out is that with Space Rebirth, with a skill like Time Guard, what's cool about it is that your life regen, your stamina regen, your taunt, and your anticipation, those 4 positive effects, they are going to be protected by Protect positive effects. So I like that a lot. Like, this is the first monster to introduce this concept where he can give himself a buff and immediately protect himself like that. And he has good stuff, right? Life regen, stamina regen, taunt, and anticipation. So yeah, you're gonna take some damage, but then you have that life regen to help you out. And again, you're super tanky, so that's a huge percentage that you're gonna be recovering. And then we also need to talk about his relics. Alright, but let's see, we have another skill to talk about. We have 2 more skills to talk about. So we have Bloody Chop, which deals low special damage and applies bleed. It's an AoE bleed that's spammable, not worth running in my opinion. But instead we have Sapphire Blade, which deals heavy special damage to all enemies and applies Stamina Leak to all enemies, and you give yourself a damage boost. Wait, we did talk about that one actually. Alright, so let me look over the skills again. Oh, Space Rebirth, that's what we're supposed to put. And so in my personal opinion, I think these 4 skills right here might be his best skill set. And yeah, Time Guard and Space Rebirth, this little nifty combo, I think I'm really going to like that. When we look at him then, he really only has 2 main attacks to utilize. Bellatrix, which unfortunately has a 2 turn cooldown, and Soul, which has a 2 turn cooldown. So cycling may not be that easy, especially if you set this combo up. But I guess if on turn 1 you do Bellatrix, and then on the next turn you do your Time Guard, like maybe there'll be a way to cycle. So we're gonna see how this monster pans out. Let's talk about his relics. So first of all, he can hold an armor relic, which is super useful, further increasing his tankiness. And then he can hold a sword, which again, he's an attacker monster, so it's good that, well yeah, he's a tank and he's an attacker, so I'll give him my Jikugan sword, and now he's going to be a force to be reckoned with. So now the question is, what kind of runes do you want to give this monster? Because he does fulfill the role of being sort of a tank, but I don't think you necessarily need a life rune. I think you could give him some sort of life rune, like if you wanted to, you could kind of rainbow build him, but I am going to go more of the pure attacker route, so I'm going to go with strength, and speed. And again, you could switch it up to where it's maybe 2 speed and strength if you need to activate that anticipation immediately. Now, if you have mutant runes, I would say definitely capitalize on his high life. So as you can see, I have a lot of mutant runes. So not only am I increasing his strength and his speed, I'm also going to increase his life stat by further 12,000. So yeah, his stats, combined with his relics, combined with his powerful skills, he is quite powerful. Again, this is, wait, where's that initial power stat? 3586, that is one of the stronger power stats in the game. And then Bellatrix is just a powerful skill. It's insane light damage. So the ultimate, by the way, deals massive light damage to all enemies, applies space time to all allies, and applies curse to all enemies. So, I mean, it's massive light damage to all enemies. That's really it, right? Again, space time. Not the biggest fan of space time. Would have been nice if it was evasion, just because it would have actually helped you out a little more. But it kind of goes with the whole space element, the whole space theme. And then the curse is nice. But now let's take him out into PvP and see how well this monster actually does. The one thing I should mention is that I am not allowed to win the player versus player battle, so I will exit out of them. Because when I do this exclusive first looks, it's not fair for me to get a brand new monster and essentially buff them out and then win battles. So I will just exit out of those battles. And so just because I see a Charmless, I am going to take on that Charmless base first. There's also Elvira and Mephisto. So let's see how well this monster performs. So let's go ×2 speed. Now I'm going to start off with Pain to get rid of that evasion. Alright, awesome. Well, only on him. So now I can attack him. Maybe I shouldn't have, just so I could have done Bellatrix. But actually no, this is fine because once again, this removes positive effects first and then deals the insane light damage. So I can directly attack. Watch, bam. Oh my gosh, I didn't want to kill him. Whoops. Well, I'll do Charge with the Resonance. I kind of overdid it. And I'll do Bellatrix again and attack Elvira. Bam. Awesome. So we will recharge and let's see what Mephisto does. I'm hoping he sets up Megatons. Nope, he's attacking me. Nope. Okay, that's fine. He will do Semi Warrior. And I kind of just want to showcase the whole Space Rebirth combo. But for now, we'll do Soul to curse everyone. So there is the curse effect in action. And now we can do Space Rebirth. Once again, removes negative effects, life regen, stamina regen, extra turn. Alright, awesome. And then we will do Time Guard. And then we will click on him and we can see it all. So stamina regen, anticipation, positive effects protected, and taunts for 3 full turns. So let's just recharge and see how this pans out. So watch as a single target attacks get directed towards me. That was an AoE, so I can't do anything about that. I did get my stamina drained, however. That wasn't even an attack against me, so got my stamina regen, got some healing. I'll just go ahead and recharge. I will recharge again, and I will recharge again. And I think I'm going to do Pain because I have this stamina drain. So we'll do Pain. Alright, single target me. Come on. You shall not lose. That's fine. Once again, he does have Megataunt. So, you know what? This is actually one case where having like an AoE actually does help you out. Against a Megataunt monster, you deal triple damage. In this case, he has that legendary phobic shield. So I can do Bellatrix to get rid of his positive effects and attack him directly. Here we are just... Actually, I could keep stacking the buffs, right? I can do... Like, I could have done my double damage and make him even stronger. There's that attack being directed directly towards me, thanks to my taunt. And let's see, Mephisto will probably do Through the Circles, once again, directly attacking me. I'll recharge, and yeah, I guess that's really like... There's not too much to this monster. He's very interesting, he's unique, I like him. I like him a lot, actually. I'm actually done running my buff skill, but yeah, that's pretty much the gist to this monster. And then, again, when you rank him up, we introduce his... essentially his evolving trait. That's really only the main difference. So let's actually go ahead and rank up this bad boy and let's see how powerful he can be. Are you sure you want to spend 25 gems? Sure, let's feed him. Like I said, he gets tough, so that helps him not get hit with negative effects 35% of the time. And then you shall see him back when he's at rank 3, so you can see his stats at rank 3 and all that. Alright, so here we have him at rank 3, and let me just go to his stats. So at rank 3, his power is going to be 4,075, and his life will be 55,370, with a speed set of 3,900. And once again, at rank 3, you get the immunity to stun, the tough, and the self space time, which will just protect you from taking any damage initially. So let me just rank him up all the way, and then we can play around with him a little more. Alright, here we have him fully ranked up, level 130. Let's take a look at his stats. Power 4564, life stat 70,695, speed stat 4368. Let's take him out into player versus player, and I see another charm in the space, so we'll start there. Taking on Terry L. Scott. So we will click fight, and this is, as you can see, I changed the runes. I changed it so I could go first. So I'm running team speed holders, and I gave them 2 speed, because again, I want to start off by setting up that anticipation. So we'll do exactly that. Watch. I'm going to do Space Rebirth. Awesome. And as you can see, he started the game off with Space Time, which only does last for that first initial churn. So I did Space Time, then I'm going to do Time Guard. So now I have Taunt, and we'll see what happens. We will recharge. And then I got Possessed, unfortunately. We'll see what happens again. Charge with me, gave him an extra turn. So that's cool, right? My anticipation kicked in. So when you're possessed and you give an extra turn to the enemy, and you have an anticipation monster, anticipation will kick in. Hopefully I recharge. Nope, attacked myself. So that's actually a good thing. I use Bellatrix on myself. What does Bellatrix do? Once again, it removes positive effects from the monster. But because I had the protection, I didn't lose it. So I still kept all of my buffs. I kept my stamina regen, I kept my regen, my taunt, my anticipation. So once again, showcasing where like Megataunt, like an AoE against Megataunt does actually help you out in this case because, well, I can do a triple damage against that Dunraw. So let me do it. Kronk Soul, look at that, 61 life left, my Jakun Sword kicks in, perfect. Hit me with another extra turn skill, that's awesome. And then I can do Space Rebirth. Alright, immediate extra turn, benefit from the regen. I can do Time Guard or I can do Bellatrix and actually kill. Here, let's do Time Guard again, just so once again I can get Taunt and Anticipation. So again, it doesn't matter that I take damage necessarily because I have the life regen and stamina regen working for me. I'll simply recharge. He'll do another extra turn skill because the AI is dumb. And then look, I'm almost back to full life. I can do Soul or I can just do Bellatrix. I'll do Bellatrix just to attack. Awesome, and we'll call it a day with that because again, I was just showcasing that. Awesome. So yeah, I like the monster. He's honestly nothing too flashy. He's nothing too amazing. He has a very simple concept. He's tanky and he's an attacker. But I think the most interesting thing is that whole Time Guard skill combined with Space Rebirth. I think this has beautiful synergy. And again, Bellatrix is just a powerful skill. Good thing it's light based. You can take on some strong, dark, tanky monsters. And then it's nice to have a magic based skill thrown in the mix. But again, he is really limited to those 2 attacks. Unless, the good thing is you could also change skills to fit the scenario. So if you need more attacks, you could always swap in a light speed. Really, the rest are kind of buff skills as well. Galactic Aura. And what else? Yeah, another AoE, but it's kind of weak. So yeah, just kind of move things around to fit to your benefit. Here, let's, for example, Sapphire Blade. Because you give yourself a damage boost, you know, that helps set up for a really strong Bellatrix attacks on the next turn. Here, let's see if we can attack someone else. Who do we want to try taking on? Let's swap the runes back to where I'm running strength. Just so, here, we'll do triple strength if I can, just to show you like space-time in action, if anything. Here, we'll refresh, and we will refresh again. I'm looking for something specific. Let's see if I find it. Voltic base? No. Static? No, not really. I guess I can do Brave's Dog. Maybe this will work out the way I want it to. Let me actually get rid of my monster. Here, we'll put a Fire Star. So I guess actually maybe it can work out the way I want it to. So we'll actually not even use Rossi God either. So here's an example of space-time actually working. So we'll click fight, or maybe not because those are weird runes. Oh my gosh, I wanted Voltic to go first. Essentially I wanted Voltic to do all of his extra turn skills and just kind of showcase how, hey, space-time against an attacker does help you out. Unfortunately, it didn't happen, so if anything, I guess I can re-showcase the Space Rebirth Time Guard combo. Yeah, it was just a situation of really odd runes on the enemy. So 50k volts, take damage, anticipation kicks in. Once again, we can do Kronk Soul, basically killing Dunraw because I'm super powerful. In this case, I am super powerful. I'm running all strength, right? Bellatrix, let's see the damage output. 86k, wow. Static Shocks, yeah, you can keep attacking me, that's fine. Space Rebirth, and then Time Guard. Just a beautiful nifty combo where again the enemy's gonna have to remove positive effects twice, but again against like a Wormlad, they're not gonna have any problem removing positive effects twice. That's their thing. That's what Wormlad does. Is there any battle? There is another. We'll see. I guess I can do another one. Here, we'll buy a couple attacks. We'll buy 2 more attacks. Maybe in this one it'll actually work. So let's see if it does work. So Stamina Devours. I want to showcase one. Okay, he recharged. I want to showcase one. Notice that I got my stamina drained because again, this isn't evasion. You can't take damage, but you can still receive attacks, which is what happened. In this case, I'm just gonna get slaughtered because Volta gets to attack me pretty much infinitely, and I don't have my anticipation. So I'm gonna take all the damage, and essentially I'll just die. Oh, I didn't know there was animation. Like, why is there animation with him? Cool. So yeah, again, Space Time helps only against damage, not against deny, not against any of that stuff. But ooh, we can kind of do it again. So I will put back Rossi and I'll put back Cloud. And let's see if I can get the upper edge on those two monsters. So we'll go back to my speed build. So we'll do 2 speeds. Awesome. And then the base over here on the left hand side with Xyla and with Charmless. So, oh, perfect. Perfect. So, Space Rebirth. And then Time Guard. Watches Angelica probably does a trait disable. My favorite trait, yep, trait disable. That's completely fine, doesn't really matter to me. Do I want to do Charge with Rosana? No. So here's the thing I've noticed. Charge with, well, actually, the skill she did removes positive effects, but again, positive effects protection blocks everything. What I've noticed with Charge with Rosana, and I feel like this is a bug, if a monster has positive effects protection and then you get hit with Charge with Resonance, you actually still lose everything. So that's actually not a good thing. I will, here, let's daze the enemy. Do I have the daze skill? No, I don't, but we'll do Bitter Reading. Alright, so let's see it in action. Got hit with an epic quest. That's fine. I can do Soul. Do I want to do Soul? No, it's a single target. We'll kill Angelica since she is the one that trade disabled me. Sweaty Blade, that's fine again. Most simply recharge. Still have Anticipation. Remember, it lasts 3 turns, and so does Taunt, so my allies are safe from Charmless's wrath. Space Rebirth. Hey, I'm no longer weak to nature-based attacks. And we'll set up another little Time Guard. Awesome. In this case, the Time Guard, the Taunt. So again, protecting my allies. And then look, I can do Bellatrix again. You know what? We'll kill Xyla this time. Bye, Xyla. Epic quest. And then if I wanted to, I could obviously just attack and humiliate him. But I'm not going to do that. So, again, Kronxian Guard. I like the monster. He's really nothing. He's nothing too, like, out there, too amazing. But for some reason, I really like him. Maybe it's the monster design because it is one of the better monster designs in the game. But I like him. He's nifty. He's unique. This combo, I think I really fell for this combo. We didn't get a chance to see the ults, but it's pretty straightforward. Just space time and curse, and then massive light damage to everyone. Overall, again, I really like the monster. So with that being said, I hope you guys really enjoyed this exclusive first look. I always love making these kinds of videos. I love showcasing these new monsters. Once again, a huge thanks to SocialPoint. And I want you guys to let me know in the comments below, what do you think about this monster? Do you think he's worth getting? Are you going to be going for him in the Time Guardian maze? If so, best of luck to all of you. And with that being said, I will see you all next time.